Ladies and gents, how you doing? I was gonna eschew my usual political diatribes this morning and talk about popular culture. I was going to explain how I've slowly weaned myself off all the things I used to like in my 20s and my 30s because I realised they were going to get taken from us, consumed, twisted, like the left always does. It can't create, it can only twist that which already exists. And I was going to talk about that and how I've got rid of all my old hobbies and just started reading and doing other things. And how I didn't feel even the slightest concern from this. However, unfortunately, something else cropped up and it promptly boiled my piss in my bladder. Yes, it was another video, a viral video of a despicable, detestable, pot-bellied barbarian from the third world acting like a savage amongst his betters. So, alas, we're going to have to go back to basics, aren't we? Right, if you haven't seen this before, lucky you. If you don't like ending your day in a furious rage or your blood pressure's as high as mine, I'd suggest you turn this video off now. But if you want to see more of the same, because like me, you get a little bit of blood in it when you're furious, well, I've got a treat for you. If you want to further cement your opinions that the United Kingdom has been circling the drain ever since we threw the borders open and let 20 million unvetted hairy-arsed men in, you've come to the right place, boys and girls. This was reposted by Visegrad24, the most based mainstream sort of news channel on X. I think everybody can agree on that. I'd rather be trapped in an elevator with 8 members of staff from Visegrad24 than briefly tune into Radio 4 while I was nipping to the post office. And they shared this video posting outrage after viral video of an 80-year-old woman being blocked by a second-gen migrant from going up the stairs at a London subway station. He says he's relaxing at the spot and refuses her access to the handrail, saying, "You've got legs." When she answers that she's 80, he says, "So?" Of course he does, because you can't educate pork. But let's see for ourselves, shall we?
What did you say?
I want to come up the stairs.
Can you not touch me, please?
Can you move, please?
Can you not? I'm recording you. Don't touch me.
That's fine.
I'm here relaxing.
Can you move?
You can go around.
I can't.
You can. You got legs.
I'm 80.
Okay. So?
Please check before traveling.
I'm recording you.
Your journey is
I don't give a damn what you're doing. You're extremely rude and arrogant.
I'm recording.
You won't move so I can go.
Right, now bubbling piss aside, I'll obviously try to do what I usually do, which is derive some humour from the situation. First of all, it is funny that she turns around seeking a valiant knight to help the damsel in distress, and she's also faced by yet another foreign bloke, because obviously it's London. That's what you get for going to London. What do you think the Northerners have been telling you for the last 40 years? The entire city reeks of burning tyres and pubes on a good day. If it's not that, it's ethnic cuisine, and we've seen how they cook that upside down on a shopping trolley with a blowtorch. And it ain't chicken, it's pigeons, spuggies, rat burgers, and everything else from Demolition Man, which makes sense because obviously the people that rule the Western world have been treating that movie like it was a documentary, or at least trying to turn us into whatever it was that was displayed on screen. So, I mean, none of this is unexpected. But as someone who once considered himself liberal, it's nice to see these things every now and then just to further cement it in your mind that you've took the right course of action over the last decade, and you think it'd be a grand idea to throw 20 million dickheads out of your country. And it would. And I'll tell you why this is occurring, and I'll address some of the arguments people are making online. Okay, first of all, some people are saying, oh, he's only doing it to go viral. He's probably not like this in real life. Well, I don't care. I don't care. The two groups of people that everybody has a lot of empathy with, that's why people went mental after Rudu Kanubu, another import, went tonto in a children's dance class, okay? And it's because the elderly and the children are innocent. We all empathise with them because we know what it's like to be a child, an innocent child, with no understanding of the hatred that our enemies have for us. And we all age every single day, and every day you find an extra grey hair or another wrinkle or a little twinge in your knees, and you know that one day you're going to be old and helpless yourself, aren't you? This is why people protect and venerate the elderly and the children. Even miserable bastards like me are nice to kids. I'm always nice to kids because I remember what my childhood was like. It was marvellous because I was lucky enough to grow up in the 1980s when England wasn't a cesspit and we still had a sense of community and people were happy and they talked to the neighbours. That's why people get angry about this stuff. Honestly, this made me almost as mad as like the Manchester bombing or something. Seeing foreign men pick on the most vulnerable amongst us drives me into a fury. Punched a few more holes in my desk today. I'm getting through them at a rapid rate of knots. It's a good job it was Prime Day. Maybe I can get one on the cheap. The second thing I want to point out is people who think this integration thing's happening. It isn't. It was happening in the 1990s when the world was sane and people like you and I were raised watching like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Cosby Show, and the communist retards weren't brainwashing everybody to hate each other. But that's what they've done because again they twist everything good in the world. So now, and this is the real crux of it and this is why this is happening, all of the minority groups who in the 80s and the 90s were actually interested in integrating, they've been told, had it drummed into their heads for at least 15, 20 years by all these woke academics that they are victims, that they've been brutalised. The people like me, from a working class family in the northeast, I didn't know or talk to or see any of these people, have somehow committed monstrous crimes against them. And I understand where they're coming from. If I was raised on a diet of bitterness and resentment and hatred for a certain group of people, I would hate them. That's where the chippy frisps come from. The Palestine flag, plastic paddy Celtic supporters who just tweet 24/7 about how much they hate the English, even though these people live 20 miles down the road from them, share almost the exact same DNA and have an identical culture. It's because left-wing ideology trains people to only think about resentment and bitterness, teach them that they've been stolen from and they've had crimes committed against them. So this fella, obviously, has an all-consuming hatred for that woman. And you can see why. You can see why. Because that ideology preaches and indoctrinates anybody that's an adherent of it to despise vast swathes of people. It's painfully obvious. It's a toxic cancer on the balls of humanity, this commie gibberish that everyone's ingesting nowadays. It needs to be rooted out. To sum up, this arsehole, I don't care why he was making the video, it's an 80-year-old woman. On the off chance that he isn't a hateful creature, she doesn't know what TikTok is. All she knows is she's trying to enjoy a day out sightseeing in London or whatever she's up to. And she's been accosted on the stairs by a 20-year-old who refuses to do what any normal person does, any one of us would do, and go, oh, of course I'll move. Do you want an hand with your bag, love? Or that's what you say to 80-year-old women with bad knees. You contemptible little worm. This is unbelievable. Anyway, I've said my piece. I'd love to know what you think. What's the reason for it? Are you going to make excuses for this creature? You might as well defend the Southport atrocity or Ariana Grande's concert being a little bit more fiery than it was supposed to be, because I think this is unbelievably disgraceful behaviour. I don't know what charges we could come up with, but you know what? The commies are ruthlessly enforcing the police state and locking people up for trumped up charges. Think of something you can throw the bucket in for. I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I've turned into what I hate. I've become the exact opposite of them. Now I don't want to move forward with my sort of centrist live and let live ideas. I just want to do to them what they're doing to us. So yeah, I'm going to file this one, and if we ever get a right-wing government in, they should send Thatcher's puppets round his house and then come up with some Trump charges for that knobhead, because I think that is absolutely outrageous behaviour. you. But what do you think? If you think I'm a miserable twat and I take these things a bit too far, it's not his fault. He's from an underprivileged background. Well, you know, type some hippie bollocks down there and we can all have a good chuckle at it. All right? Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.